This is the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Middle East. Season 8 of the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Middle East kicks off at full throttle at the Bahrain Motorsport Festival in November. With the WEC teams, world champion drivers and heads of leading teams in attendance, the drivers and teams find themselves under the spotlight for their first race.
I'm excited to be here. I'm also coaching some of the guys, and I'm really, happy to be here and to help out, as well as be racing. And DHL Bahrain has been helping me out to give the opportunity to me. So I'm really happy to be here, and now I'm just ready to do my best in the qualifying.
The field of drivers for this winter's championship is stronger than ever. With experienced racers from European Racing Series to hone their skills in Porsche's 911 GT3 Cup car, alongside new talent looking to develop in the uniquely supportive environment of the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Middle East. Porsche and Lechner Motorsport have readied a fleet of 17 cars for their first assault on track in Bahrain. Driver coaches working their charges to prepare them for the challenge. The first race of the season takes place under the lights and in front of the world's media as a support race for the FIA World Endurance Championship 6 Hours of Bahrain. With 6 new entrants on a burgeoning grid, the drivers are yet to establish a pecking order. It soon becomes clear that we're looking forward to a closely matched season in gold, silver and bronze classes.
الحمد لله طبعا وجود متسابقين جدد قادمين هذا شيء محفز للرياضة، ونحن خلينا لهم المكان انهم يدخلوا وينافسوا، وهذا يدل ان رياضة السيارات في تطور مستمر. ففي بعض من السائقين الجدد جدا سرع، وفي بعض منهم لسه حيتعلم انه يكون سريع. في بعض السائقين جايين من سنجل سيترز، فالسيارات هذه تختلف تماما عن سيارات سنجل سيترز، ياخذ وقت على ما يتعود. وكمان في بعض المتسابقين جدد تماما ما قد سابق في حياته، وهذا ندل على شيء، يدل على اهتمام الشباب بهذه الرياضة، وأتمنى لهم كلهم التوفيق إن شاء الله والاستمتاع.
It's always a fun season. Now, if you're competing to win, then it doesn't become a lot of fun because you always want to make everything right with no mistakes to keep collecting the points. Yeah. and now with the young ones, they are much lighter, and the sense of fear is a lot lower. So going into corners where you think, I don't want to push that much, you see them jumping in at any chance. But at the end of the day, it's a competition, and to win, you have to finish first.
Al-Faisal Al-Zabev qualifies 6th, continuing impressive form shown in pre-season testing.
صراحة أنا فخور جدا بوجود الفيصل في البطولة. الحمد لله الحين نشوف علم السلطنة في أكثر من محافل رياضية، وأكيد الفيصل سائق جديد للبطولة، وكسنه يعني إيجابي جدا أنه في بطولة مثل البورش وبيتعلم واجد. بطولة البورش في الشرق الأوسط يمنحك الفرصة أنك يكون عندك وقت كافي في السيارة، تتعلم السيارة وتعرف يعني طريقة الحلبات المختلفة، مثل في البحرين في دبي نفس الوقت حلبات تختلف. ضروري جدا أن السائق يعرف الحلبات المحلية، والفيصل وأكيد والسائقين الجدد يعطي للبطولة دم قوي جديد، وإن شاء الله يتعلموا ونشوفهم في منصات تتويج في الشرق الأوسط ونفس الوقت في أوروبا.
Bader Al-Say starts the race from 10th after a 6th place grid penalty.
Not a great performance from my side. I made a lot of mistakes. Plus, I just heard I had a penalty also. I'm back to 10th position. So it's not a great qualifying. But yeah, I look forward for the race. Hopefully I can catch up and end up in a good position.
It's a clean run through the first corner with all drivers getting through. Bader Al-Say overtakes Wolfgang Triller for 9th position and immediately challenges Isa bin Abdullah Al Khalifa for 8th. Al-Faisal Al-Kabeir challenges Hamad Al Khalifa for 6th and takes it with a clean pass into the first corner in only his 2nd lap in the series. Bader Al-Say passes Hamad Al Khalifa for 7th position. Lap 3 and Isa bin Abdullah Al Khalifa passes Hamad Al Khalifa to move into 8th. A three-way battle develops as Dylan Pereira and Charlie Freins close on Porsche junior driver Dennis Olsen. Tom Oliphant soon catches the squabbling group to make it a four-way fight for 2nd position. There's contact as Olsen and Pereira come together at the exit of turn 8. Pereira recovers to maintain 3rd position. At the start of lap 4, Tom Oliphant passes Charlie Freins into turn 1. And Al-Say takes Al-Zabeir for 6th at the same corner. On lap 5, Olsen and Pereira make contact again as they battle for 2nd. Now Oliphant can draw level, and then 3 abreast as they head into turn 4. Oliphant takes 2nd place briefly before emerging from the 6-bend battle in 3rd place, and close behind in 4th. Saudi Arabia's Mohammed Al Saad does well to avoid Rob Frines as he spins into the gravel at the first corner. Will Rob be able to restart? Lap 6, Pereira challenges Oliphant for third place. And takes the position. Mohammed Al Saad makes a clean pass on the UAE's Basha Al Mardini. Lap 8, and after 2 laps of sustained pressure, Pereira takes Olsen for second in turn 11. Lap 10, and Tom Oliphant draws alongside Olsen at the exit of turn 15. Oliphant completes the move for third on the entrance to the first corner. At the front of the field, Ryan Cullen starts to come under pressure for the lead for the first time in the race on lap 11. Dylan Pereira makes his move for the lead on the final lap of the race. Ryan Cullen moves across to hold Pereira off until the line and takes the win. Cullen made the gap as tight as possible there. Cullen and Pereira make up the top 2 steps of the podium, with Tom Oliphant in third.
I built up a gap and I didn't anticipate them really catching me, so by the next couple of laps my tyres were gone and Dylan was catching me very quick.
Yeah, it was close. I was just looking the wall and the white and white painting at the wall. So it will be close.
It worked out right. Got an awful start, but was committed to turn 1, so stayed in 5th, and then just biding my time. We've got a bit of a straight line speed issue.
Yeah.
I've got nothing in a straight line compared to any of the other boys, so. But you know, I knew the new tyre advantage would over Frins and Olsen would be first 3 laps and last 3 laps, so just biding my time. Tried to take advantage of Pereira and Olsen fighting, but you know, it was tough. I got well stuck in, had a really good race, and in the end came away with a trophy, so I'm really pleased.
The Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Middle East offers a unique level of support and coaching for young developing drivers and for professionals looking to keep their skills sharp over the winter.
I'm floating around actually this weekend, so sort of looking after everyone, you know. I'm happy to give tips here and there. I did a bit of running last weekend, which gave me good sort of knowledge on the track and how the car behaves. So yeah, helping Basha there. He's obviously struggling in a couple of areas. Ironically, what he needs to do will make life a lot easier for him. So he's made his notes. He's looking forward to going out there and giving it his best shot. But it's an amazing circuit here, but it does tempt you into making some easy mistakes.
Well, what we always tried since the beginning was to help local drivers to improve their driving skills, which if you look back now to our first champions like Abdulaziz Al Faisal or Khaled Al Kabesi, who have you know, done an international career. You know, one as a Porsche supported works driver, you know, the other one running with another brand in the Grand Prix Endurance Series and the VLN and the Nürburgring. You see, we are lucky. We have 4 young drivers, one from Oman, Al Faisal Al Super, he'll be very strong. Then we have a 16 and a 17-year-old boy matching, that's amazing, in the Bahrain team with Isa Abdullah Al Khalifa and Isa bin Salman Al Khalifa. And then we have Mohammed Al Saud from Saudi Arabia, who hasn't done any karting, so he will be having a little bit of you know, problems at the beginning, but you know, if we work with him, he'll enjoy and he will improve his driving skills. We looked after him last year in Saudi Arabia in the national championship, and he was doing well there. So, but now it's new tracks, so it's very difficult for him, but we will support.
Well, the unique thing about this whole series is that Walter Lechner Racing doesn't have separate teams here. It's Walter Lechner Racing services all the cars basically. So, for example, I'm working together with 4 drivers, and I can share the data between those 4 drivers, and we can use someone else's data as a reference, for example, and it's more of a family or community kind of work environment.
Racing has always been at the heart of the Porsche brand, and competing in the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Middle East is more than just a season's racing. It's joining an unrivaled global racing program with almost unlimited possibilities.
أكيد بطولة البورشه في الشرق الأوسط بطولة قوية جدا ومعروفة، من أقوى البطولات في الشرق الأوسط، وذكرياتي عن هاي البطولة ذكريات قوية، وخاصة المنصات التتويج اللي حققناها كان حافز قوي أن نكمل في برنامجنا في أوروبا، والحمد لله كان دليل قوي أن البطولة بطولة قوية.
With the chairman of Porsche's supervisory board on the grid and the heads of Porsche Motorsport looking on from the pit wall, the drivers are understandably eager to make an impression.
Hi everyone, and particularly the drivers. I want to wish you all the best with the Porsche Challenge in GT3 in the Middle East here. I think that it's a tremendous opportunity to show your talent and give your best. Maybe one day following my footsteps, obviously come to Europe and have the chance to race even in the bigger series in WEC, and maybe one day get your hands on the 919. So follow your dreams, keep the mistakes to a minimum, keep learning, and give the stopwatch a really good chance. Cheers.
Dr. Porsche says hello to you.
The drivers receive a timely reminder of the high-ranking audience as Dr. Wolfgang Porsche, son of the company's founder, and the heads of Porsche Middle East are introduced to each driver before the race begins.
Isn't that fantastic? Dr. Porsche and his boys walking along the grid, saying hi to all the drivers. He epitomizes us as a brand. He flies around the world, he comes and enjoys the races, and watch him today how passionate he is. He loves it as much as we do. It's wonderful.
Oh, it's just another amazing experience, isn't it? I mean, for the whole board member, including Dr. Porsche, to come and see the second race of the GT3 Cup Challenge Middle East. What more can we want? It's fantastic. It's great for the young drivers to see where they're going. Well, great for the good. Well, we've got the great drivers at the front, we've got the great drivers at the back, all trying to push through in front. Yeah, they're all here to show these guys what they produce, what we can race. So it's great.
Well, we feel very honored because Dr. Wolfgang Porsche, I know him of course very well, because he's an Austrian and he lives very near where I live. We know each other, but it's always a big honor. You know, it's the whole board is actually here, which shows that we are at the right race meeting.
In race 2 qualifying, race 1 winner Ryan Cullen abandoned a fast lap and ended in 3rd position.
Yeah, a few things went wrong on my behalf, not the team. I was on a good lap. I went pole on my first push lap, and I went 1/10 slow on my second, but I was up and I made 2 mistakes and I lost everything. So I can now see why I was P3. I knew I wasn't on pole because that lap I was meant to finish would have been pole, and if I didn't do it. So that's why I knew I wasn't on pole after that first lap. Something from P3 still as well. I won from here last year in P3.
Charlie Freinch takes pole and felt he could have gone even faster.
Just kept pushing. I had confidence in the car. We changed the setup back to where we were in front before this, and it just all worked out. I did no mistakes. The car was perfect. So thanks to the team for that. My in lap, I did a fastest first sector, but then I had some traffic, so I thought, please bring the car back, bring the tires back, so I have still some good tires for the race.
Race 2 underway with another clean getaway. Bander El-Say making a great start from 8th on the grid, challenging Tom Oliphant for 5th position through the first 2 corners. He drops back to 7th though after running wide and narrowly escaping the gravel trap at turn 3. Dylan Pereira maintains his reputation as a hard fighter, moves past Ryan Cullen and into 3rd place. Alfaisal Al-Zubair finds his way through the first corners cleanly and moves up one position to 9th. Alfaisal Al-Zubair passes Salih Yoluk to move up to 8th at turn 8. Banda LSA maintains pressure on Wolfgang Triller and passes him into the first corner at the start of lap 2, moving back into 6th position. A spin for Basha Mardini at turn 14 puts him to the back of the field. At the end of lap 2, there's a three-way battle for 7th place between Wolfgang Triller, Isa bin Abdullah Al Khalifa and Alfaisal Al-Zubair. Al Khalifa takes 7th position through the first corner and immediately opens a gap, but Al-Zubair can't make it through. The experienced Triller will hold him off for the rest of the race. A battle further down the field between Mohammed Al Saud and Hamad Al Khalifa starts on lap 4, pass into the first corner. Pereira catches second place Dennis Olsen on lap 5 and starts applying the pressure. He makes his move at turn 15, but Olsen fights back on the exit. It's turn 2 before Pereira is confirmed in second place. Behind the leading pack, Triller and Al-Zubair continue their battle for second in the silver class. The young Amani Al-Zubair almost passes the German Triller on lap 7, a daring attempt round the outside of turn 14. Al-Zubair captures 8th position at the first corner on lap 8. But Triller retakes second in the silver class again at turn 4, then loses the position through turn 6 and 7. Al-Zubair showing great racecraft in only his second outing in the GT3 Cup car. Then an error at turn 8 and Triller is back through again. Al Saud and Hamad Al Khalifa have caught Rob Frines, and the three enjoy some close racing until Frines spins. At the front, the drivers hold position until the end of the race. Banda LSA does try to take 5th from Tom Oliphant at the first corner. Can't get the car slowed down enough to make the tight hairpin. Al Khalifa and Al Saud continue their contest for 13th position into the last lap. Bahraini looks to have taken the place as they head towards the first corner, but some robust defending from the young Saudi sees him hold on to the place. Al Khalifa ends up at the back of the field after they've come together. No change at the front. Charlie Frines takes his first win of the GT3 Cup Challenge. With Dylan Pereira in second again, and Dennis Olsen taking the last step on the overall podium. Banda LSA, Wolfgang Triller and Isa bin Abdullah Al Khalifa make up the podium for the silver class. In only his second outing, Isa bin Salman Al Khalifa takes the top step of the bronze class podium ahead of Marcus Oman and Christopher Bergstrom.
Yeah, well, I had a good start. I could keep my position, and I think the first two rounds were the most important. I could get a gap, and then I could focus to the front, so I didn't have to look so much in the mirrors. In the end, Dylan came a little bit shorter, but I just chose to don't make mistakes and finish the race at this position. So very happy to finish my first race in my first victory in the Middle East Cup.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, first of all, my plan was to get Charlie off the start. This didn't work out. I had a really good start, but Charlie as well had a really good start and defended really well for turn 1, which made it difficult for me. I had to be on the outside, and well, I couldn't pass him. Then the next thought was taking care of my tires, because I knew it would be hard at the end. But anyway, the other guys were a little bit faster than me this race, and I could not hold on to it. And
I didn't warm up my tires quite good at the beginning, and yeah, so I had quite difficult the first two laps, and just tried to keep my position. And afterwards, when my tire was in, I just tried to push on Olsen and just overtake him. and then I just concentrate to catch Christopher, but I did quite a lot of mistakes at the beginning, so yeah. But he was quick today, so yeah, P2 was the maximum I could do today, and I'm quite happy. I'm leader in championship now, so it's quite good.
اليوم يعني في انسيدنت خفيف
لا
واعتذر يعني بعدين ترى يعني وقت السباق انت كواليفاينج شيله حطه صفر على اليسار، انت تجي للجريد تجي للسباق ما تعرف ايش ممكن يصير.
While the cars are packed up and ready to travel to Dubai for round 2 in December, the drivers, coaches and teams join Porsche for a taste of the top flight of motorsport, soaking up the heritage and getting a glimpse of their potential futures with this great racing brand. Join us again on the 9th of December when the drivers will hit the track once more for the last round of 2016 at the Dubai Autodrome.